Most living things appear solid. Are they? This is the leaf we just saw under the microscope. Notice that living things are actually made of tiny building blocks called cells. Each of these is a single cell. They are often arranged like bricks in a wall, or perhaps like cells in a honeycomb. We are looking at plant cells. Animals are also made of cells. These are animal skin cells. Cells are not all the same size and shape. Notice the difference in these leaf cells. A cell has 3 or 4 main parts. An outside covering, the membrane. Inside material, the cytoplasm. The control center of the cell, called the nucleus. And in addition, most plant cells have a stiff wall. Now let's find these parts on real cells. These are plant cells. The cell wall strengthens the plant. Just inside the wall is the membrane. The membrane keeps the cell together and controls the movement of food and waste in and out. Inside the cell is a small spot called the nucleus. The nucleus is the control center. The material between the membrane and the nucleus is the cytoplasm. Cells are more than just building blocks. They are also like small factories. Raw materials are taken into the cytoplasm. Here, energy is used to make food, to take in oxygen, and to get rid of wastes. The cell may make things to be sent out to other cells. Watch the movement of the cytoplasm in these plant cells. The green spots moving in the cytoplasm give green plants their color. It is chlorophyll, the substance that allows plants to use sunlight to make their own food. Now let's look at some animal cells. Animal cells are similar but different in important ways. Animal cells have 3 main parts: a membrane, a nucleus, and cytoplasm. Animal cells don't have walls or green chlorophyll. Blood cells are one kind of animal cell. These are blood cells moving through the blood vessels of a living frog. Can you see each cell as it moves along? Living things usually start life as a single cell, like this. This one will grow into a many-celled sea urchin. In about 20 minutes, it divides and becomes 2 cells. Then 4. 8. It is hard to count them after 4 because some cover others. The division continues. 16, 32, and so on until there are millions of cells. Finally, they develop into an adult sea urchin. But how? This is a drawing of how a cell divides. The nucleus has the information to tell a single cell how to grow into a sea urchin. So when one cell gets ready to divide, the information in the nucleus forms hair-like strands. These information strands line up in the middle of the cell and divide. So each new cell will have exactly the same information. This goes on with each cell division, which is called mitosis. Then a new nucleus forms for each of the 2 new cells. After dividing, each new cell of any living thing has all the information it needs. A pond is a good place to find living things that are made of only a few cells. This green plant is made of hair-like fibers. Each fiber is a long line of single cells end to end. A small drop of pond water contains thousands of one-celled living things. We can see them only when we use a microscope. Like other cells, they are found in many shapes and sizes. This large one and the small ones are all one-celled. All living things start life as one cell. These very simple forms of life remain as one cell. Since each lives by itself and does most of the things that living things of many cells do, some scientists have put them in a kingdom by themselves. They say that they are neither plants nor animals, but are called protists. Here are other protists. Some have cytoplasm that flows. Watch this single cell change shape as its cytoplasm flows inside of the cell membrane. Each of these bell-shaped creatures is a single cell. They are gathering food. Living things are made of tiny parts called cells. Cells have these main parts: membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. In addition, plant cells have a wall. Living things grow when their cells divide. The nucleus also divides, so that each new cell has the same information. Many very small living things are only one-celled. They are called protists. Cells are the very small and often beautiful building blocks of which all living things are made.